Good day, citizens of Planet X. Welcome back to the world of YouTube for another Planet Expo. I am Genesis, here by my lonesome today, taking a look at one Planet Coaster park file. The park will feature just one attraction, but I assure you it will be a filling piece of eye candy. If you like what you see, make sure you head to the link in the descriptions down below to join our Discord and or subscribe to the build. That's enough of me rambling. How about we get into the build? Our build for today's expo shall be the Hotel of Sin, the Hotel California by Degan. With a freshly sacrificed soul to the Tygart Cam gods, we now have the free range to explore the Hotel California park file. Degan has provided a brief description of the park that I shall now read out for you. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a dark history. The California Historical Society is proud to present their latest exhibition, 1850, A Look into the California Gold Rush. The event is being held at the historical Hotel California, which is being recognized as a historical landmark. Take the tour, but keep your wits about you, for not every tale is as it seems. Will you uncover the truth about the hotel's history? Or will they remain simply ghost stories? Now, with a description like that, that's got to pique a lot of interest, isn't it? This park features a lot of TMTK items, so much TMTK that even if you load up the park, apparently even if you join it a second time, you still got to go through TMTK loading times. There was no list that I could just download easily. But there was custom media that you could download, which is available on the workshop page. So that's important to know. Regardless, this is a ride park file, and this is a lot of detail, so why don't we enter the town of Prospector's Rest to check out the Hotel California. So rounding the corner right here, we enter Prospector's Rest, and a gorgeous shot of the hotel in the distance. And you can tell that's the Hotel California because, boom, it says it right there. But, Prospector's Rest right now. You can already see much of the TMTK being used. I can see a bunch of Hydro sign pieces that are being moved around, alphabet pieces, the zone Wi-Fi, the graffiti up in here, and we got some signs, the benches, I believe those are Hydro as well, cash register, and a lovely little bar. I have to be open with this project, a little bit of spoiler ahead, but I did collaborate on this project a little bit, at least threw in some helpful insight because I was here watching this build grow from the very beginning. So you might see a little bit of help from me in small bits here and there. So just keep your eye out there. But regardless, taking a look more into Prospector's Rest, we got the Lone Star Hotel Town Center blocked off by a very well-designed gate that you would see at like a normal amusement park, you know. Staff area behind it. It is great detailing. And coming on over here to Mary's Toyland, we got a bunch of TMTK plushies all stacked together. I know, like, this had to be a bit tedious, I know, especially with the board games here. None of them looked as if they're stacked in the exact way that they were placed. Like, they had to be slightly twisted and turned. But this is a great one. King Ghoster of the Opera. This was something that I contributed a little bit to, and boy, I remember when Degan, at the time Evil, was pitching this idea, and he showed me the poster, and we were laughing, and next thing we know, we created a whole entire recording and a whole entire list of King Ghoster of the Opera, the whole opening, of course, being a parody of the song Phantom of the Opera from Phantom of the Opera, the hit Broadway musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber. But I'm completely covering the buildings, and I'm completely skipping over the rock work on the other side, which impressive foliage work, very nice, and a great use of the gravel pieces that are TMTK, of course. But this is very nice. It's very interesting to see like this one-sided town, and then you got the brush over here. But taking flight, we of course cannot ignore the tunnel that we came in on, established in 1894. This tunnel has a very good design, and of course it has the spawn point right there. So come on out, follow the road, which these are custom fencing, like you can tell because it's got the wooden planks, the haunted wooden planks if I remember. Indeed, Spooky Pack was used extensively in this build. Flying around and flying past Tygart. And we got some just like decaying brick pieces from the TMTK workshop. Oh, we got some interior bits here. A lovely little study hall. Getting a good view out on the streets. Definitely good when you are reading a book, though. I definitely gotta give Degan credit for theming the interiors here. Like, most people would just block these off and would call it a day, but Degan, of course, got interiors for these builds, and we could appreciate little secrets that most people would just, again, cut and cover. And then we're flying on over to the Rutherford Theater here. I really like how he did the marquee here, where we got the fairy lights on the side providing the lighting, the big spectacle lights, and then we got the TMTK wording following it all the way down here, creating a very nice effect. And then, of course, right next to it, we got the laundromat, which got a lot of TMTK in it, though. Is the, posters, A2. You can usually tell when they got numbers and letters side by side like that. And that's obviously TMTK, and that's obviously TMTK as well. Maverick, Cedar Point. Fantastic coaster if you've ever been on it. And then we got a bunch of washing machines here, so we got ourselves quite a nice town. Definitely a lot of mixed use. I would definitely love to see an expansion of this town, but as of right now, the town center doesn't exist. But that's not really the star attraction of all this. What we're here for, of course, is the HC, the Hotel California. So, this artist, like, the sign is supposed to have a sign, because I'm sure everyone can piece this together if they are familiar with it, but this ride is heavily based on the Tower of Terrors in the Disneyland, Disney World parks. But, of course, it's its own creative spin, with the Hotel California having loose inspiration from the Eagles song of the same name. So, if you heard a guitar riff every single time I said Hotel California, regardless, we are here right now, and we got the music blaring, so might as well check out the hotel proper. So, let's get into it. Locking right back in, we are back in Tygart Cam mode, and we are exploring this very, very lovely plaza. This plaza area, the building itself should be Spanish Revival. I don't know, I'm not an architectural expert, but the hotels of Tower of Terror are usually based on Spanish Revival, if I recall correctly, but who's to say? The Tower of Terrors are orange, and this is kind of like a yellowish beige. Regardless, we have our exhibition, the 1850s, a look into California's gold rush, presented by the California Historical Society. Let's enter in through the gardens. So, immediately, right off the bat, we got the queue line set up with lovely TMTK. We got planters. These are very nice flowers. And alright, this is a very gorgeous courtyard. Again, I remember when the courtyard was the only thing that was built, and then there was just like shell pieces in the Horror Heights for the hotel. Oh, that's a fantastic shot. Looking on through here, the music. Already putting on some sort of eerie atmosphere. Again, kind of similar to what you would get with Tower of Terror. You're going to hear that a lot, aren't you? Oh. Right here we got a bit of lore. Keep in mind what's going on as the story progresses, because as the queue goes on and as we get on the ride, there is a story to be told with the Hotel California. Yeah, we got the mighty oak right here. So mighty, it is taking over its planter. So this hotel has clearly been abandoned for quite some time. But let's get further into it, past all this music that I hope is not copyright. But regardless, slinking on through, we got a bit of ancient pieces here. Again, giving a very nice rustic look here. But immediately now, back into the Tower of Terror comparisons, very similar to the lobbies that you would find in like Hollywood Studios and the old Anaheim, California one. But we got the HC in there. That has to be hydro beams, most likely, or maybe basic shapes. Probably basic shapes. I mean, there's so much TMTK in here. Ooh, I really like how this. It's a key spot. Like, At least in old hotels, they used to put the keys there, I think. I'm not an expert on hotels, but this is all very custom. A lot of wooden planks used here. I really like that. Yeah, this interior, this lobby right here is gorgeous. Like, I can totally buy this as a hotel that was meant to bring in the elite. I was going to say Hollywood elite, because again, Tower of Terror, but... Ooh. We got more lore here. So, again, keep an eye on the story here. That's slowly developing. Sneaking into the next room. Oh, we got a nice radiator. And then, of course, we get into the sunroom, which will be our first pre-show for this ride. So, how about we check out what's going on in the sunroom.
Please try to fill in all the available space. We'll just have to work with what we got. So let's get started, shall we? I hope you all haven't been waiting for too long. So, hello everybody. My name is Daniel Gorzo. I am the head of the California Historical Society, and I would like to personally welcome all of you to our exhibition, 1850, a look into the California Gold Rush. Whilst we let the group currently walking through the exhibition clear out a little bit, I'll go over the basic history of the Hotel California and our contributions to telling its story. Now, our story begins in 1854, a few years after the major migration westbound due to the gold rush of 1850. A wealthy businessman by the name of Elijah B. Rutherford bought 50 acres of old mine land from the lonesome cattle rancher Henry W. Johnson. Months later, construction began on the Hotel California, although Rutherford would never live to see its completion due to his tragic death not long into the construction. The hotel was built over the abandoned Cliff Vast mine, but you'll learn more about it in the exhibition. The hotel finally opened on October 13th, 1857, and gained the nickname the Tower of Babel of the West due to its impressive and looming stature. We are proud to say that over 150 years of operation, this gem of the Old West still stands today. And that's where we come in. The California Historical Society has bestowed upon this establishment the title of Historic Landmark, and wish to share the rich history of our state with all who want to learn it. And with that, I believe you are all ready to enter the exhibition. Your experience will begin with the walkthrough exhibits in Tygart Hall, followed by a tour of the hotel itself. We ask that you please stay with your party or family. We will be breaking you down into smaller groups for the tour. So, we hope you enjoy your visit.
That voice seemed rather familiar. That's right, my contribution to this build was the voice of Daniel. At least, that was one of my bigger contributions to the project. Flying around this quick sunroom area. Of course, night timeout. I believe this is best viewed at night for the queue. And we're heading right into Tygart Hall, which already a very adorable diorama using the wooden pieces very well, like the wooden post pieces with little TNTK glow? No, it's using the very tops of the basic shaped spheres. Clever. What do we got here? We got a little mannequin display with a little smithing table. Small recreation of the town. It's definitely a good use of the Western pieces. There's always the creative use of vanilla pieces that always get me. It's like Placo, it's very nice. Now we're going deeper into the mine, learning a little bit more about the hotel's construction, and we're learning a lot more about the layout of the mine. And you can already see with the elevator shaft that perhaps that's going to play a bit of a part. But again, I'll try and keep hush hush whisper whisper. But love these mine carts. Like they're the base game ones, as well as these newspapers. I love what he did with this rocky interior. Like Oh, he used the temple block ruin pieces for that, and he painted them orange to give the classic California rusty feel. That's very cool. And you could tell this is a grand, like, ballroom hall that's been done up as an exhibition, which is very clever. You could tell just by the shape of the structure alone. So already, the attention to detail is very nice. But now we enter the next room, and we enter into our next pre-show area. So let's check that out.
Squeeze in. This everyone for the next group? Cool. Did you all enjoy the exhibits? Good, good. Well, we're just about ready to start the tour segment of the exhibition. In just a few moments, your tour of the Hotel California will begin. But first... What the... A power outage? Now? Great. They weren't even calling for a storm. Boy, they fixed those fast. As I was saying, your tour will begin shortly, just down the hall. But beforehand, a few safety instructions. When your tour group is ready, when boarding the elevator, have a seat, and fasten the seatbelt across your lap. A staff member will be by to check your restraints. During your tour, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the elevator at all times. Your tour consists of moments of darkness, jerking motions, sudden drops, and stops. Anyone with severe medical conditions should sit this one out. That about covers it. Oh yeah, enjoy the tour.
And that was pre-show number 2, with the actor this time being voiced by Degan himself, though at the time he was evil. Impressive effect, I'm sure you're thinking. I'm sure you already know how it's done, but I'll keep it secret in case anybody was wondering themselves. Regardless, we are heading down the hall, getting closer to our tour, into the hotel itself. Lovely rooms, like a lovely corridor. Definitely would love to stay here, maybe. We got the guard right here. And we got ourselves an entrance to the tour. But we also have child swap, which is something that a lot of the premier ride parks do. Usually at the exit of a ride, they have a child swap, where one parent can go while they hold on to the kid, while the other stays behind, and then they can flip-flop. It's a pretty clever system. And of course, you got some cute toys here, though the lighting, like the shader, is not doing it justice because of the paint, the gloss. Oh, we got my favorite, Chief Beef TV. Of course, you can't beat that. Oh, we got Cosmic Cow as well. This is definitely a very nice room. Of course, very important, please leave toys in the child swap room. If not, we'll have the ghosts get you. Boo-ah! Regardless, we should head back to the tour and learn more about this mysterious place known as the Hotel California.
The Hotel California. What a lovely place. What a tragic upbringing. Who am I? The name's Henry Johnson. Yes, the rancher who generously gave his land. Is that the lie they've been feeding you? Even in death, Rutherford is still somehow a thorn in my side. You came here seeking the truth, seeking history. Well, I'll give you a lesson that they don't teach in the textbooks. If you really want the truth, then stick around for a spell, and I'll show you my side of the story firsthand. Are you brave enough to walk with the dead? Then by all means, press on.
So that was the Hotel California. Once again, all of the voice acting was done by Degan for this pre-show scene that was over here, which, again, it's very impressive utilizing it with the show scenes of the ride. Now, speaking of the ride, let's take a quick fly-through of the ride, given we got daytime going, and we didn't get to see much. We kind of sped through all the scenes. Now, flying through this little boiler room section, clearly reminiscent of the Orlando Tower of Terror, and I believe the Disneyland Tower of Terror before it became Guardians. But, again, boiler room scene with a lot of cobwebs and Chocolata Ideal. Definitely interesting thing going on here. Let's head on up to the next level where we got a callback to the coast hallway from Tower of Terror. Incredible show scene here. And then, of course, flying up to the next scene, which will be the California sunset during the gold rush. And this is very wonderful work. And again, it blends in very well, utilizing the Horror Heights attraction very well, especially in terms of the story, which I gotta give props to Degan for this one, because it's very hard. For those who don't know how Horror Heights work out, the Horror Heights has specific sets of layouts. Like, you cannot control the layouts at all. Like, it's not even randomized like it is with Tower of Terror in real life. But no, there is two to three specific sets, like presets of ride-throughs. So telling a story is extremely difficult, but I believe Degan really struck a great balance here, and of course created some pretty cool show scenes while we were at it. I'm not going to explain too much of what happened in the story. I feel as though it's very self-explanatory, but again, I also feel as though it's going to keep to the mystery, but also I kind of forgot like the whole details of the story. But I do remember one thing. At the very top here, there seemed to be a bit of a pause. Well, I swore that at night the show scene here would be flying all the way out here. You would see a little grave site, and it would be lit up, and that would be the site of Henry. So, again, nice bit of story connection, and then you travel on down here, and you come to this scene, which, again, you don't really see this too often. The vanilla animatronics being used in this sort of story context. Like, this looks really good. It was really good, very dynamic. It's a great blend of TMTK and like DLC packs. Because obviously with the DLC movie studio animatronics, they're much better than the vanilla ones. They're much more customizable. And you could clearly get that vibe when you come on down here to the next scene where the story continues. And then using the practical like wood shattering pieces, conveying the downward motion, crashing down to the mine shafts, and using a very gruesome TMTK skeleton here. But again, the theming, the sets are absolutely incredible here. It's, again, very difficult to tell a very engaging and awesome story with the Horror Heights, but I feel this is an incredibly well designed ride. But yeah, then we go in here, and then we exit out back into the show scene room. Now that we have exited the ride, let's check out the exit queue. So we've already checked out the child swap, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're heading down this little back room area where, again, very much calling back to the Tower of Terrors of Disney. Heading down. Oh, there's a staff room right here. And then we got gender-neutral bathrooms. Happy Pride Month. And immediately going into the gift shop, which has a very interesting set piece. I mean, 2 set pieces for Planet X fans. Now, for those who have stuck around long enough, they would be around for the Planet X ornament competition, which Degan, at the time evil, created the Hotel California ornament, which is partially being used in this set right here. Now, of course, I got a picture of the ornament right here, and then you got it right here. And as you can see, it's clearly in model form, but it's very nice to know that a small piece of Planet X competition work that did very well in the contest too has made it here and is reused in such a way that fits into the story. And again, it's a fantastic piece with a great use of fairy lights, wooden posts, basic shapes, and like the wooden deck, the wooden bracket pieces. And of course, we cannot forget Melvin, the killer giant walking Venus flytrap of Necromania. May it rest in peace. But we got just a ribbon, and then we got just a memento. And of course, we got the exit right back out into the plaza where we started. Now, of course, as we get the sick guitar riffs of the Hotel California playing out, how about we check out this park at night? So, we'll see you then. Darkness falls across the Hotel California area, and we got a lovely lighting on the Hotel California itself. Now, of course, we got the gift shop right here, all well lit up. Nice orange glow complementing the entire hotel area. And of course, with the Planco full moon out, you bet your bottom dollar that there are spirits about. And of course, I'm keeping my eye towards the top of the hotel because I know at some point there has to be some sort of show scene that happens with the Horror Heights itself. Yeah, a nice callback to the Tokyo Disney Sea Tower of Terror, where that uses very similar green lightning energy at the openings of the drop itself. Now, that was a bit of a clash where you had eagles blaring in the background, then we had just a burning memory as well. So, definitely a weird contrast of music, but it definitely fits in line with the Tower of Terror. At least the 30s music does. The Hotel California, I mean, the ride is called the Hotel California. It's to be expected. But now we are back in Prospector Rock. And, yeah, again, with the marquee, I called it. The lights are really popping here. And I can't believe I completely missed this. We have the chandelier as well from King Ghoster of the Opera. I mean, who could forget the line where King Ghoster is at the very top. He's angry and he just goes, enough beside that. We're back in the town and checking it out. And of course, you can never escape it. Starbucks coming right to town. Nice blue ambient lighting on the street lights coming into town. Of course, as we come out, Prospector's Rest, we head back into the tunnel, which has no light. So, zooming back out, giving a quick fly over the park. Nice orange glow on the side here, even though I don't think you can really... No, you could see it from this angle, yeah. And then, yeah, I swore over here the light would come on the gravestone, though. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. What do we got over here? This is a very nice forested area. Well, I don't know if this really has anything to do... Oh, there's a mine here. There's a mine. Does this have something to do with the lore, or... Nope. No, nope, it's just a very nice scenery piece. Ooh. Or is it? Well, yeah, because that's a reference to the Rio Grande instead of the Rio Bravo, but who knows? With the layout like this, I mean, I know this is a completed park, but I don't know, in the future maybe Degan would like to expand on it, like get a whole California ghost town element with the town that has been presented here, Prospector's Rest. But regardless, let's head into closing remarks. Let's finish up this expo. So the Hotel California, a lovely place and a lovely thing that you can download on the Steam Workshop right now. So head on down into the link in the description down below and like, favorite, subscribe, comment, favorite, the whole shebang. Make sure you show your support to Degan and the incredible Hotel California itself. And that was the Hotel California and another expo wrapped up. I'd like to thank everyone who has watched throughout this video, and I'd like to give a special thank you to Degan for submitting the Hotel California for this expo today. If you wish to showcase your work in one of these videos, head on down to the link in the description down below, and we will have forums for not only the Coaster Expo forum, but also the Zoo Expo forum. So if you want to showcase your work in one of these videos, we are more than happy to take a look at your build in the forums. So, also, the forums will be available in our Discord, which the links will be available down there as well. Make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and comment to Hotel California, which the link will be in the description down below for the Steam Workshop page. And make sure you subscribe to all that custom media and TMTK as well. The TMTK and the custom media make the entire attraction. As for what's coming up in Plaid X's history in the short term, we are about to wrap up our Pride and Garden competition, which that will wrap up on the 30th. And as for July, there will be something coming. We won't give away much, but stick around in our Discord and see what happens. For now, though, I am So Genesis. See you guys later.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line.